Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about discipline already, right? Which is having, one of the main things about discipline is ensuring that if you're going to make a contract with yourself, you keep it. So, for example, this morning, I made a contract with a buddy that we were going to go work out, and I held it. I made sure that he held it as well. So that's the whole goal with this community that I'm building with this webinar and the crew, right? It's like we can all share information freely and hold each other accountable to make good choices, to make better choices. And it's easier to make better choices when you're when you're in this kind of community being upheld by individuals, whether it's the guilt or the shame that you don't want to deal with. Like, those are good emotions to get out of bed and do the thing that you told yourself you were going to do. And like, self-care is really important because you need supplementation, you need a routine, you need these avenues to be able to I call it being like selfish, and you need to be extremely selfish with yourself and with your recovery, because if you're not, then you'll lose everything else, right? And that's how I feel about. I feel I feel very passionately that if I, and my wife knows this, and she calls me the most selfish individual on the planet, and I agree with her, because if I'm not, then, well, guess what? She gets a shitty husband. She gets she gets I'm not fully there, and all women want is for somebody to be fully present, and I need to be fully present for my kids. And so, when I say that I need to go to the gym, I need to go to the gym every day. I need to sweat. If I don't, look out. Like, I'm going to be a little bit edgy. I just know that, right? So I prioritize. I try my best to prioritize it in the morning when my kids aren't up and stuff, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, right? Like, we went to vacation on the spring break, and so I made sure I was up at 6 a.m. every day. I was back in the room by 7 when everybody gets up, and then we all went to breakfast together and those types of things. So prioritizing self-care is important. And then, positive mindset is just that's probably the hardest thing to do, is to live in this space of being grateful for what you have, as opposed to looking at the guy in the Ferrari and mother effing yourself that you don't have a better job or a higher paying job, and that you just want that thing, and um a positive mindset, it's a tool. And again, it's the same thing as discipline, because it's a disciplined mindset that if you always have this outlook of like, damn, like, look how great my life is, like, look at how lucky I am, then you're on this different frequency, and you will continue to get things in your life that will amaze you. And if you're always griping about what you don't have, well, guess what you're not going to get?